What's up, everybody? This is Battlefield Joe 97 here, and yeah, it's been a while since you see me on camera and heard my majestic voice. And, having a gaming pickup video, because I really have not done any gaming pickup video for quite a while, like 2 gaming pickup videos for February and March, and it's currently like in the middle of April or something like that. I kind of forgot what date it is, but yeah, I really been slow on the game pickup videos, and I'm going to address that by having February and March in one video, this video. And then at the end of April, I will have the April gaming pickup video. So let's start with February of 2015 for Nintendo. Let's start with the 3DS with Flipnote 3D, which I gotta say, despite what many Nintendo fans like to clamor of it being the second coming of Christ and how much they were demanding it, just like with Pokemon Bank, it's an okay application. There's not really anything special to it, and if you did have the original Flipnote, which I'm trying to find, sorry, Tetra. If you had the original Flipnote on the DSi, then you would know that it's kind of the same application with a little added feature to it in 3D, but overall, it's kind of the same basic application of drawing and having it animated work. It really is a nice application for drawing, but its use is only for animation, to be quite frank. And, from time to time, I actually would draw some things. I actually have a Luigi one, which I posted on my social media. You can look that up. So yeah, that's the only thing from Nintendo, which later on you'll see in the back, in February. So let's start with the Xbox, which is only one game, which I didn't get to download Tomb Raider during one of those games with gold games, because I really wasn't that much of a fan of the reboot Tomb Raider game, and I think I already got that on PlayStation 3, maybe at PlayStation Plus, I'm not really certain, but overall, it's an okay reboot, but I didn't really put the effort in downloading it for free. So I only had Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons for the 360, and it's really a fantastic story-driven platform kind of game, which, knowing the studio Starbreeze, for the previous efforts being like a first-person Chronicles of Riddick games, it really is a departure as all hell, knowing the company's past games and playing them. Starbreeze with Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, it really is the story-driven kind of platform puzzle game, where you're having 2 brothers trying to help their father who's like ill or whatnot, going through these sets of puzzles. And what's really unique about this puzzle platformer Brothers is how you control the characters. Like, for example, on the 360 version, right, you control one of the brothers with one of these sticks, but in order to control the other brother, you have to use the other stick of the controller, and it really is unique. At first, it's kind of awkward as all hell, considering how you can't really control the camera, and you program, knowing playing a lot of games, moving the right stick for the camera, but in here, the camera is fixed, like pre-rendered backgrounds, and you just having these 2 sticks to use to control the brothers. And the puzzles are really damn intriguing as all hell to solve. And overall, it's kind of a unique, fantastic game. If you have not gotten Brothers: Tale of Two Sons, I think it's available on the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, and on the PC. So definitely get that. It's a fantastic story-driven puzzle game. Puzzle platformer. So yeah, that's the end for the Xbox. Now for the PlayStation, which is the majority of my pickups in February. So let's start with PlayStation 4 with Transistor, Apotheon, and Rogue Legacy. So Transistor, just like with Brothers: Tales of Two Sons, is like this isometric puzzle action RPG kind of game, which in a science fiction setting, with the same company that made Bastion, which is kind of the same look to it with the whole isometric action RPG style, but the difference between Transistor and Bastion is the way they put this limit on your movesets and stuff like that, and at first, in the beginning, it kind of feels unnecessary considering how the enemies aren't really tough, they're not engaging you that much and, destroying you and whatnot, but later on in the game, the limit and how you're supposed to use it wisely to attack the enemies is really that good of a challenge, and it really makes you think you're playing chess or whatnot. And the art style, ooh, it's just absolutely beautiful as all hell. Music, excellent, just like with Bastion. Overall, if you have not gotten this game already on your PlayStation 4, do so. I think it's available, I don't know, PC, Xbox One. I'm assuming, I don't know for certain for that, PlayStation 3 or the 360. So that's it. PlayStation 4, the other offering is Apotheon, or I think that's pronounced. It's like this Metroidvania 2D action platform RPG, where it's kind of like, as I said before, Metroidvania with Castlevania Symphony of the Night and any Metroid game in the 2D side, of how you have like this really big world to explore, and you can't really access some areas of the world until you get like these certain abilities and items, and then you can proceed to that locked area of the world. And it's an okay kind of game. The gameplay is there. It's not really much of a challenge to the enemies. And I kind of like the aesthetic and the art style of how you basically living in this Greek mythology. You're living in the world of it. Like you're almost participating in the events that you see like in those Greek faws. It really is intriguing through the aesthetics and stuff like that, but gameplay, it's alright. It's basic Metroidvania from an indie developer and stuff like that. Maybe it's on PC, you can find it for a deal or so, but I wouldn't pay full price for it, to be honest. And on PS4, Rogue Legacy, which is also when it was offered for PlayStation 3 and the Vita. Rogue Legacy is really this fun indie platformer with roguelike elements to it, in a sense that it reminds me of like the Souls and Bloodborne, in the sense of how you really need to expect that you're going to die a lot, you're going to have to get good, you can't just rush as all hell, you have to be patient, and you really need to know how your character moves and interacts, which I kind of like in games once in a while, considering the fact that, you know, you really have to know your environment, you have to know how your character moves and actions in order to not die a lot. It really is this kind of experience like the Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and Bloodborne kind of games. And how you have to be patient, you can't just rush through it, and you have to learn the mechanics and be patient. So yeah, Rogue Legacy is an addicting-ass indie platformer. And if you have not gotten it yet, which I think is on PC, Xbox 360, Xbox One, I'm assuming it's on the Xbox One for that, but definitely on PlayStation 3, the Vita, PS4, PC, and stuff like that. Definitely a fun-ass platformer with rogue-like elements. And for Vita, only for Vita, Kick and Fennick, which I don't have a Vita, but I'm just saying that because I got the game for free and stuff like that. And one of the figurines that I got for February was the Toon Link amiibo, which I dubbed the Waker, because I'm really not original with my names regarding the amiibos as of lately. But I gotta say, compared to the other amiibos that I have, Toon Link has a lot of nice details to it. Like, I don't know if you can see from the shitty camera quality, but the kind of tunic that Toon Link wears has this nice texture to it that once you put your fingers to it, it really has this nice smooth feel to it. And the shield has a really nice design to it, and really looks just like the shield from from Smash Brothers. And the sheath looks goddamn good, and there's not much anything negative you can say that is a Happy Meal toy or whatnot, compared to his big brother Link, who looks so goddamn ugly compared to what he initially was supposed to look like, and his piss yellow stand. Absolutely fucking disgusting, if I can say the least, for the big the big regular Link amiibo. I'm debating whether or not I should get him to complete the collection of mains that I have for Smash 4, but that'll be the case. So yeah, February is done. Let's go ahead to March 2015 for 360 and the Xbox One. First, for the 360, just like last month, I only had one 360 game because I didn't bother to, in the first half of March, to download the game. I kind of forgot what it was, but anyhow. For the Xbox 360 is a digital copy of Bioshock Infinite, which I already have a digital copy of that on PlayStation 3, thanks to PlayStation Plus, and since my hard drive is freaking full as all hell, yeah, I really didn't get the chance to play it on the PlayStation 3, so I got a chance to play it on 360. It's goddamn good. Storyline is kind of pretentious in some areas, but overall gameplay is really fun as all hell, and I might continue to like finish it into the campaign. And yeah, for the Xbox One, a digital copy of Rayman Legends. Now, when I do get an Xbox One sooner or later, which may be next year or whatnot, I'm gonna enjoy a fantastic 2D platformer from Ubisoft Montreal, one of their only good games like in the past years or so. And I already have the game on the PlayStation 4, so why not get it on another current gen console for Xbox One? So just goes to show I need some games even even in a console that I don't even have. So yeah, the Xbox side is done. Let's go for the PlayStation. For PlayStation 4, Oddworld, Apes Odyssey, Valiant Heart, and there was another one, Olliwood 2, Counterspy, and Dragon Ball Xenoverse, or Xenoverse. I call it Xenoverse because whatever. Oddworld Apes Odyssey is kind of like this remake of the original Oddworld on the PlayStation 1, and it really shows how much of a technical leap that we've had today. It looks goddamn beautiful with this grim atmosphere of like the Mudokons like being oppressed as all hell through this big corporation that is going to use them for, like, you know, essentially cannibalism, like putting them in products so that they can make more money in the process. And it's like this 2.5D kind of platform puzzle game where you have to traverse through the environment, be patient as all hell, learn the mechanics, and try to save as many Budokons as possible for trophies and, you know, to feel accomplished as all hell. And honestly, it's a fantastic remake, and you really should pay for it full price. It's on PC, PlayStation 4, I think PS3 and Vita. I'm not certain for that. I think it's on, well, not on Xbox because, you know, the developers hate Microsoft and the Xbox platform. And I believe I remember they're making it on Wii U. I don't really see it on the eShop, but they said they're going to release it on the Wii U, so even Wii U owners can enjoy Apes Odyssey, Oddworld. Really a goddamn fantastic remake. You should pay for a full price if you really didn't get it on PlayStation Plus last month. Valiant Heart, which, just like with Rayman Legends, is one of those games that really Ubisoft Montreal should be making more of instead of shit like Assassin's Creed Unity and stuff like that. Valiant Heart is kind of like this point-and-click kind of puzzle game in the sense that you're not really participating in some World War FPS kind of game, like, what would be, for example, like Call of Duty 2, for example. You're really in this fantastic UbiArt 2D world of World War I, and now you're participating in various accounts of people in the war. And honestly, this game really intrigued me as all hell from World War I, and it really got me to learn more history of that than actually school did for me in World War I. Because, you know, mostly nobody cares that much for World War I. Schools and mostly us focus on World War II. So it's kind of nice that Ubisoft Montreal kind of wanted to pay homage to World War I and how much of a bloodbath and how it started, like all these wars that we're having. It's really goddamn good, and it really made me teary-eyed in some moments. So yeah, if a game can make you cry in some moments, then it's goddamn good. So Valiant Heart, PlayStation 4, I think PlayStation 3, I'm just assuming because, you know, with these multiplats, cross-gen, whatnot. Xbox One, the 360 maybe, PC, and even in mobile devices, which I believe right now it's for free, so if you can't get it like on consoles or PC, definitely get it for free on mobile because it's a goddamn good port in there as well. Oh yeah, I should have put like on PS4 and mobile, but you know, who gives a shit about mobile? So let's start on for Olliwood 2, it's an okay skater game. It's really confusing how the controls are and trying to learn them, but, you know, maybe a little bit more time I could care for it, but, delete. Counterspy for PlayStation 4, the PS3 and Vita cross-buy or whatnot. Counterspy is this really goddamn good 2.5D stealth game, in the sense of how it really tests you on how to be a spy, and has this like nice aesthetic to the Cold War of Russia and America and stuff like that. Kind of reminds me of James Bond in a way, like the early James Bond, Sean Connery. And later on, it gets really hard as all hell. Like, you really have to master yourself as a spy to get through the environment. Like, in the final mission, I'm still in the final mission, and halfway through, I kind of, like, be impatient, just go through it, and I get killed, and the alarm goes up, and try to rush in, and I just die, and I get rage quit. Ooh. Just, I need water for that moment. Ooh. Let's go for it. So yeah, mumbling about Counterspy, it's really goddamn good. Get it, I think it's on PC and the Xbox platforms, I'm assuming for that. But it's on PlayStation 4, PS3, Vita, and PC and stuff like that. And for the other game that I mentioned is Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which I have a story to tell you from this. And yep, this is a legit copy of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. This isn't some pirated, ripped bullshit that you find online. No. A story on this one. So, I was like on Nintendo World, right? It was like a regular Friday. I, for some reason, brought in my Donkey Kong amiibo during it because I thought I could just plop in the amiibo in the demo stations, but, you know, knowing Nintendo, they locked the amiibo feature in their copies of the game for whatever reason. And this dude looked at my Donkey Kong amiibo, was like, and he was being like some wisecrack son of a bitch who thought he was good at Captain Falcon, but his Captain Falcon was fucking awful. He constantly just did Falcon kicks and Falcon punch, and literally he had a lot of openings to him, and his friends, who might have been scrubs just like him, really couldn't beat him. It's like looking at someone getting kicked by Diddy Kong. It's really hilarious. But overall, I made a bet with him to say, okay, I want this game, which he didn't have the case for. He had the disc. I don't know why the hell he even had the disc on him to begin with. This over the Donkey Kong amiibo, which he didn't have an amiibo over, and he was like, I don't want to pay for the Happy Meal toys, but if I get it for free by kicking someone's ass, that would be the case. But I kicked his ass with Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong of all fucking characters. I kicked his ass with Donkey Kong. I won a copy of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and I'm currently playing through it, and it's goddamn good. It's a refreshing Dragon Ball game, to say the least, and you actually are participating in the story arcs of Dragon Ball Z with a nice twist to it, customized characters. I'm really going to be doing a review on this once I finish the Time Patrol storyline, because I really want to talk a lot more about Xenoverse, but overall, it's a goddamn good game. So yeah, PlayStation 4 done now for the PS3. Papo and Yo, Sherlock, Holmes, Crimes and Punishment, and yeah, that's the only PS3 game that were on the PlayStation Plus lineup. Papo and Yo is like this fantasy adventure game with some puzzle elements. In a sense, you're like this Brazilian kind of boy traversing through like this really PS2 kind of looking environment. I presume Brazil, presuming Brazil, of going through the environments, searching for this girl, and then having like this big red monster, which symbolized for the developer like his alcoholic father, which going through it, but it's an okay game with some puzzle elements to it. It's not some masterpiece, as some reviewers put in their reviews. But, you know, if you can find it in a deal for PlayStation 3, PC, and I think Linux. I think it's on Linux or whatever. But, yeah, it's an okay game. And Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment. Now, this was kind of a surprise to me. Just like with Daily Premonition, there's a lot of technical issues with the game. Like, the frame rate bogs down as all hell. The textures really pop in and out in many cases. But just like with Daily Premonition, it has this atmosphere to it that really sucks you in, and it makes you really want to be a detective, just like you wanted to be this FBI agent like Agent York in Deadly Premonition. So you assume the role as Sherlock Holmes, and you're trying to go through various cases of him, investigating. You actually do investigate a lot of stuff, and the voice acting. You would have heard it like in late 90s to early 2000s kind of voice acting. And I was kind of surprised that this game was released last year on 2014. Because honestly, I thought this was released like in 2009 or 2010 at the very least. But yeah, it's a surprising gem if you can look over the technical issues that this game has. I don't think they have that on PC if you can find mods to fix it. But overall, Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment on PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and on PC. It's a kind of an underrated gem. Pick it up if you can find it cheap. It's a damn good game. So yeah, that's it for the games. Now for the figurines. These were the two ones that I wanted the most, that I would be done with the amiibo craze. And that is the Mega Man amiibo, which I called Android, and the Sonic amiibo, which I called the Speedster. Nothing more to say, but they're really goddamn good looking. There's not much defects to them, especially Mega Man and Sonic with the blue color. It really pops out. They're damn good looking amiibos, and you can honestly see why people are clamoring for them and selling them on eBay for like $30 to $40. The amiibo craze is just fucking crazy. So yeah, that's it for this video. I fused in February and March into one video. It's gonna be long as all hell, drowned out with no cuts, sort of a script, but it just comes into my head. And yeah, I hope you liked it, find it a forum, and wish that you would actually get some of these games. You can like, favorite, subscribe. More for these kind of videos, gameplay videos, and stuff like that. This is Battlefield Joe 97. Catch you guys later.